maybe I'll do a video on that at some point. But I'll leave this out of that one. I'll leave it out of this one because it's pretty involved. But essentially, like it gives you like a boilerplate to get you started. I've done this a bunch of times, but it helps to have a boilerplate when you're building tools just to kind of get started. And for me, what I've noticed is that AI is as good as the code base fundamentals that are already in place. So if the code base is already structured really well and the project is set up in a good way and it's already has the right packages, AI will work smoother. But what I've noticed when you're building a lot of tools straight from scratch and you're using what came out of I have noticed that the AI tends to trip up a lot of times in those situations. I noticed that those projects normally don't, they don't do as well as you build more and more and more and the project gets larger, because I feel like the bottleneck still for AI and a lot of these large language models is that if your code base is really complex and there's a lot of dependencies between files, that's where it starts to break down. It starts to lose that context and it just can't really make sense of what's what and where things should sit. So I think that using a boilerplate that's already has the right structure, that helps a lot. And you can probably see uh, on the on the cursor side, you might not be able to see it vertically, but essentially, like, you can see the whole layout of the you can see the whole layout of your file structure. And to me, that's really important, right? Like that makes it that much easier to, you know, understand what your code is doing, understand what files are being changed and what's being moved where. And then AI can then now, as it's processing that entire code base, it can make a better decision on what to do.